I'm filming this in December, but I think I'll put it up in January because January is the time where everybody wants to change their life, and those first few weeks people have all their resolutions. This video is a bit of a follow-up from a video I did a few years ago called Why Are the Millennial Generation Unhappy? If you have time, give it a watch because I think it's probably still a good video. But it was me basically just ranting about the situation that I was in. I thought I'd dive a bit deeper into why this generation seems to feel that being an influencer is the answer to all their prayers. And is it really all it's cracked up to be? So to give you a bit of backstory, if you've literally just clicked on this video for the first time, I feel that I've done everything right that I was told to. Growing up, I was the good girl, I worked hard, I got good grades, I went to a good university. I feel that basically I've been sold a bit of a lie. I did everything that I was supposed to do, then got a good job in the city, and I was basically sold the lie that if you do all these things, everything will click into place. If you play the game, if you work with the system, you'll get what you want. And there's still that kind of anger. For me, the anger comes from the fact that I still can't own a property, the fact that I'm still renting in my 30s, and a sense of feeling that this is unfair. I presume this is probably the same in other parts of the world, but I think if I just relate it to the UK, because that's where I live, for me it's difficult not to compare myself to previous generations, where for previous generations you would be able to own a house with a blue collar, non-traditional job. You didn't need a city job to own property. The world we're living in now, you need to be doing incredibly well to own your own property. Owning property for people in the UK, for a lot of people, it's still a pipe dream. And we're living in a situation where people are in white collar jobs and people just aren't happy. And for me, there's still this sense of resentment that I can't choose where I want to live. I have to live within my means. And that is how a lot of people feel. You could sit back and argue, yeah, well, that's just real life. Real life is hard for a lot of people. So a lot of people see a way out of this as by doing social media. And I've definitely, being honest, fallen into that trap of thinking that social media will allow me to have financial freedom, will allow me to get money, will allow me to escape, will allow me to ultimately choose where I want to live. And this is the trap which a lot of people fall into. A lot of people are making content not through a genuine love of making content, not through offering something different, just purely doing social media content for money. This is why the number one job for children growing up now is to be an influencer. It's because they can watch people online and they can see the highlight reel of someone with all the clothing hauls, going on all these nice holidays and having the big cars and the money. And they see that as a way to get that. When in reality, everyone is not going to get to that level of success. If you're sitting there in January thinking, yeah, I want to be an influencer like I did 2 years ago, the reality is you still need to have that motivation 2 years on. You still need to be like me, putting out those videos 2 years on, even though the average views I get are like 100 views. And I'm still doing this, as I say, 2 years later. People are seeing social media as a catch-all for their financial problems. I mean, so basically I watch a lot of kind of business, podcast, motivational content, trying to, learn from people that are successful. Every time I click on a video, there are these same couple of YouTubers that spam every motivational video with the same regurgitated crappy quote, some stoic philosophy quote, or they'll just regurgitate something, that Martin Luther King said, and they're not offering anything new. But they've fallen into the trap that being a social media influencer is the way forward in life. Do I need to watch a 16-year-old tell me how to be productive when they still live at home with their mum. Not really. But part of me thinks these people are either marketing geniuses or just really irritating people. You could argue that I'm not playing the game properly. You could argue that I'm not falling into the trap of commenting on people's videos. I mean, I know how it's done. It's easy. All you do, you subscribe to the top YouTubers, you click the notification bell. As soon as they release a video, you jump on that video, you write a comment. Then you're at the top of the comment list. It's not difficult to do. And that's what these people do. And it is irritating when I see these people with loads of thousands of subscribers and they're not adding anything new. And even myself, part of the reason I moved away from giving dating advice is because I was fed up of people stealing my content, really. A lot of people were just taking my content, making their own videos on it, and I was just getting a bit pissed off with it, to be honest. And you could argue that nothing on YouTube is really unique. It's very rare that I'll come across a video and it's a completely new idea. Usually it's just a spin that someone's put on a video. And you could probably argue that my videos are like that too. Although I think I try and make it a bit more personal so people can relate to it and hopefully learn from it. But a lot of the stuff online is honestly just recycled because I was being so consumed by trying to be a social media influencer to solve all my financial problems. Because the reality is, I will never own a property unless there's two ways I'll own a property basically. It's either if I find someone and move in with them, or my channel absolutely blows up. If my channel went absolutely crazy and I gained, 500,000 subscribers or something, and I could make a brand out of this. That is the only way realistically I could own property. It's go down the traditional route of find a husband or do it my own way. And as you've probably worked out now, I'm doing it my own way because I can't rely on a man to bring me that financial stability. I think this underpins why there is so much resentment in society. I think this is why you're getting, the Black Lives Matter. This is why you're getting the people that are fighting against climate change. It's because all this resentment has built up in people for so long. And then we had the pandemic as well. And everyone is just releasing all that emotion. And everyone is just fighting back now because people are just fed up of not being able to have a comfortable life. The security of knowing that you own your own home and as far as possible you feel secure. I hate the feeling knowing that my landlord could just kick me out at any moment. And that happened to me once a few Christmases ago. My landlord just said, "Oh, I want the property back." This is how sick life is for people sometimes. My landlord wanted the property back by the 20th of December. So I had 2 months to find a new property before Christmas. And I've literally never been so stressed in my life. If you literally try and move house before Christmas, when everyone's winding down, when all the removal people are winding down, they don't want to move you, everything's closing down. And I decided I never wanted to be in that position again where I was beholden to other people and I couldn't support myself. So that's why for me, making money, being able to buy a house is so important for me because I don't want to be in that situation again where I'm just beholden to other people. And that gives me some of the motivation of why I still do this channel 2 years on, why I'm still doing the videos. There's that sense of resilience that kicks in, that you feel, I've got to do this. If I don't keep doing this, there's no other option. And the second reason I do my videos is because, this will make you laugh with some of the content I put out, but I wanted to make happy videos for women that were like 30 and hadn't found someone. I wanted to make content that wasn't saying you're 30, you're single, you should just go in a cave and die because you haven't found a husband, because you're not married. I wanted to just make videos for people that were in my position and for people that were going through the dating journey that I was going through. And I also wanted to show men what it was like for women dating, what women have to put up with dating, the behaviours of men, the sexual advances of men. I wanted to just show people what it was like, and to show people that it isn't just as simple as you're single because you're overweight. It's a bit more complicated than that. You can't just look at someone and think you're single because of that. There's so much more complexity involved in the issues of dating. There's a societal impact. There's how you are as a person, where you are on your journey, your previous experiences, where the other person is in life, what experiences they've gone through. It's so much more complicated than people that just say it's because you're old, it's because you're overweight, it's because you're not pretty enough. Those people are just generalising dating and doing a disservice to women. So if you're sitting there and you want to be a social media influencer, just go for it, but acknowledge that you need to have a deep sense of why you're doing those videos. Unless you're one of the lucky ones that manages to overpower the algorithm, you still need to have your motivation, your why 2 years down the road, rather than seeing being a social media influencer as just a way to make money, just a way for social security. It's not putting out free videos and going viral.